Getting an avoidant attached man to chase you is slightly different than the average.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So, in today's video, we'll be talking about this topic that so many women have questions about: how to get an avoidant man to chase you. If you have ever been in a situation where the guy you're interested in seemed distant or hard to read, this video is for you. Stick around because I'm going to break it down step by step. So I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my truths and what I think about today's video.
Getting an avoidant attached man to chase you is slightly different than the average man. It's estimated that 40% of men are avoidantly attached. And an avoidant attached man can push you into being anxiously attached, especially if you're kind of like already on the line. So let's dig into it, you guys. So number one, you have to remain independent and self-assured. Avoidant men are attracted to women who are very confident, women who kind of don't need them, because then they know they're still going to have their space and freedom in the relationship. A lot of avoidant men, they feel almost suffocated if a partner's with them too often. They really value freedom within a relationship dynamic. So a self-assured woman isn't going to depend on him all the time for her sense of worth, for her happiness. She is the center of her own universe. She makes herself happy, not any man. And all men will find this hot, but specifically an avoidant man. Two, pace out your availability. You want to prevent him from getting overwhelmed. So you want to space out the time that you see him. This will decrease the likelihood that he's going to pull back if he gets like overwhelmed from spending too much time with you. Avoidant men really value their autonomy. And remember, as a woman, scarcity creates value. So the less available you are, the higher he assumes your value must be. You must have so many men wanting to date you, so much on your plate, he has to like hammer a spot into your well-rounded life. It's just, in general, hot girl energy. Three, respect his need for space. A lot of avoidant men, when they get overwhelmed with a commitment, especially with a woman, they will pull back slightly. And especially anxiously attached people will chase after them. And it's the exact opposite of what you should do. Resist the urge to chase after him and instead give him his space. Remember, in life, anything you chase after runs away. Another great strategy with this is to mirror his behavior. So if he doesn't call you, don't call him. He doesn't text, you don't text. Just take a period of time to focus on yourself. And this is also where self-confidence comes into play. Five, let him take the lead, or let him at least think he's taking the lead. Especially avoidantly attached men, they fear a loss of control. So when he feels like he's in control of the relationship dynamic, he's planning the dates, he's reaching out, then he maintains that sense of control, and it's calming to most people. An easy way to encourage this is to say, I'd love to see you, but I'll let you plan the date. Or I'd love to spend time together, I'll let you pick the day. It's about working smarter and not harder. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to schedule a
So how do you know if someone with an
via the
avoidant
link in
attachment
my
style
bio.
loves you? Interesting question. Now, an avoidant attachment style can love, but they will be limited in their ability to follow through with that. So you could still feel the same things. They could still tell you they love you. They could still show you that they love you. They could still, have those feelings when you're together that you feel when you're in love with somebody. But what they're not going to do is move that forward. So they're not going to make the massive commitments. They're not going to be able to be there for you. They're going to pull back whenever they feel that. So a sign is that when things are getting serious and you actually are feeling the love and you're feeling that they're deeply connected to you, then they pull back. That would be the sign that they're in love with you, but are an avoidant attachment style and can't maintain the relationship. So net, regardless if they're in love with you or not, you're still with somebody who's incapable of moving forward towards a secure attachment style. And unless they're willing to do their work and move forward, it doesn't mean it's going to make any difference in the long run.
How to know if an avoidant still loves you. So if you were dating an avoidant, you probably noticed that there were times that they had this need for space. If you're an avoidant and you're watching, you could probably say, yeah, like there are times that I just would back away from somebody that I loved because I needed space. I needed some time to myself. I needed to recharge. So avoidants have this need to recharge because they have a core wound. All right, they have a reason, some neglect in their life, pain, whatever, that caused them to hurt, have this core wound inside. So whenever they start to feel like that is starting to come up, okay, let's say that you're in a relationship with an avoidant and something happens, right? Usually they start to feel the pain and the weight of that core wound when they're in a position with you where they feel vulnerable. Some of the things that could make them feel vulnerable could be that maybe you guys were progressing in your relationship. Maybe you started feeling more comfortable and feeling like, wow, this person really likes me, they love me, and you started like pulling it a little closer, maybe giving a little bit more attention, putting in more effort. And for the avoidant, that might have triggered them, maybe made them feel a little bit vulnerable in this situation, and they weren't quite ready to really let their walls down to you, and so they sort of backed away. Now, if an avoidant loves you, you're going to know pretty much in depth like what their core wound is. I dated an extremely dismissive avoidant person, and I can tell you that I knew exactly where his pain was stemming from. Whenever he would shut down or need space away and would kind of back away. And I found myself almost becoming a little bit more anxious because I was like, why are you doing this? What's going on? You know? And so I started kind of getting nervous, like, what do I do? But obviously now I know, I've learned, I've studied, I've researched, I've literally spent just years trying to learn this stuff. And I can tell you that if they love you, they are going to let you in. But that doesn't mean that they won't pull away sometimes. So if you're currently in a relationship with somebody that has an avoidant attachment style, be cognizant of them and their need for space, and don't take it as rejection. Don't take it personally. They hate that. They actually really love when you say, okay, go have your space. I'm going to go do my thing over here. They love that. That actually makes them feel safe and free in their relationship. And if you do it the right way, my friends, that avoidant behavior can turn secure. You might be the person that helps them heal. You never know. So if everything aligns and you date an avoidant, do it the right way, right? If you think you are and you want help with that, reach out to me, right? Like, I've been there, I've done that, I understand. It is possible. It is possible to be loved by an avoidant and to love them back.
That's the video, guys. So I'm just here to share my choices, like what I think about today's video. Okay, how to get an avoidant man to chase you. So let's start with understanding what an avoidant attachment style really means. Avoidant men typically value their independency, sometimes to the point where emotional intimacy feels overwhelming. It's not that they don't want connection, they often crave it, but they have hard times navigating closeness without feeling like they're losing themselves. This is where most people get it wrong. The more you push them, the more they pull away. So, the first thing that you need to do is focus on yourself. I don't just mean keeping busy to distract yourself from them. I'm talking about truly cultivating a life that makes you feel fulfilled and confident. Avoidant men are drawn to partners who radiate self assurance and independency. If they sense that you are whole without them, they'll be intrigued. It's almost like a magnet. Your energy pulls them in when they feel you're not trying to tie them down. So here's the thing, chasing someone who is avoidant is like chasing a butterfly. The harder you run after it, the more it flies away. But when you stay still and create a peaceful environment, that butterfly might just land on you. So give him space, not as tactic, but because you value your own time and energy. So another thing is emotional security. Avoidant men are often hyper aware of emotional pressure. If you're constantly seeking reassurance or trying to force him into deep conversation about feelings, he'll retreat. Instead, focus on being emotionally secure yourself. When he senses that you are calm and steady, he feels safe enough to let his guard down. Show him through your actions that you're not going to smother him or invade his boundaries. It's about consistency. Be warm and approachable, but not over demanding. If he feels like he has room to breathe and still sees that you're interested, he naturally gravitates towards you. It's subtitle, but it works. Now let's talk about trust. For avoidant men, that is not built through grand gestures or constant declaration of love. It's a little thing showing up when you say you will, respecting their boundaries and being patient. These constant actions speak louder than words. When he sees that you're dependable, he will start to open up slowly but surely. He'll begin to chase the sense of security you bring into his life. Okay, but remember, building trust is about waiting on him hand and foot. It's about being authentic. Show him that you are trustworthy, but also make it clear that you value your own boundaries and time. This balance is what makes you irresistible to an avoided man. Ultimately, get an avoidant man to chase you is less about strategy and more about mindset. Focus on being the best version of yourself, someone who is independent, emotionally secure, and trustworthy. When you embody these qualities, he naturally starts to chase you, not because he feels pressured, but because he sees value in you. Okay? And remember, the goal is not to change who he is or force him into a role he is not ready for. It's about creating the kind of connection that feels safe and inviting for both of you. If you do this and it still doesn't come around, it's okay to let go. You deserve someone who matches your energy and meets you halfway. Okay? So if you, I think a lot of things these things has happened to a lot of people. Like you might be liking someone and they don't show any interest. Or maybe you're with someone and they take you as friends and you want more than that, you know. And sometimes I feel like women they easily get attached. Okay, they easily get attached to the more you spend time with someone, the more you get to fall in love with them. Okay, yeah, so there's that connection, but it becomes hard if a man is not showing interest. Okay, they take you normal and you see see something. So this is where the difficulty comes in. So how are you going to approach this? So me, I feel like when you detach, okay, like if you used to spend time together and you used to do a lot of things together, you detach a little bit. This is where you're going to fill the gap. Okay, maybe you were seeing each other so often, you stop seeing each other so often. When he says, I want to see you, you don't rush. Like you just become this lady who just loves herself, okay, and someone who's just serious with life. So if they see that, they'll be attracted to you because you're playing hard to get. Okay? And it's not like it's a manipulative tactic. It's not a manipulative tactic. Men value things they chase for. Okay? So they don't like things on a silver plate. They get attracted if they keep chasing you and you are resisting and they keep like fighting for you. They want to be with you in their life. They'll do whatsoever to win you. Okay? And these things happen most of the time. And so when you do that, it's gonna help you. That's the thing. So also let me talk about if you're looking for a partner, when you feel like this person I've tried by all means and I feel like this person is not interested in me, it's okay to let go. Okay, it's okay. It's not everyone who you like they're going to date you. Some people have their own preferences and they have their own people who they want to date in their lives. So it's okay to give peace and concentrate on yourself and just concentrate on people who approach you and everything is gonna be fine. Okay, don't just hurt yourself. No, he's not approaching me. I want to be with the girlfriend. It's not like a forcing matter. You can't force someone to love you, but someone can fall in love you and learn to love you. That's the thing. So it's not a forcing matter because at the end of the day, when you force a relationship, he's gonna tell you you forced yourself on me. So this is why all this is happening. So be a lady and play your parts well. Okay, and always take care of yourself. When you're looking for a partner, look for a partner who has good um qualities. Okay, you need someone who is understanding and all that. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next episode.